Good morning, my friends and family, and anybody else who happens to be watching this video today. I haven't done an update in about a week, and I thought I'd maybe do one this morning. I did just get off work a little bit ago, so yes, I do, have the tired eyes of a night shift nurse who's been up all dang night. So forgive that, but it's all good. I had a weird one night. Island days are never fun, and an island day is where you work like one day separate from other days that you've been working. So I worked a couple nights, had one day off, one day on, and then I have some nights off here for this weekend. So um, my husband is bringing my trailer here next week, and I'm hoping today actually that I will be making a phone call where I secure a place to put that trailer because I hadn't found one yet. So um, been staying in an Airbnb this whole time, and that's going to be ending here this week because it's coming upon busy season, and I think she already had people scheduled to come in April and May. So um, yeah, we'll be moving into the trailer this week. So after I get settled in there too, I'll give you another update. I did go home last weekend, got to spend Easter at home with my husband and my boys, and we did drive out to see my daughter. That was fun. So, so I drove home on Friday, and then spent Saturday with my boys, and then Sunday my daughter had wanted us to come down to where she's in college to see her. It was Easter, and I think she was kind of homesick and had a rough week, and so Mama took her an Easter basket, and we went to go see her. We also took her car because my husband's had her car while we had some work done on it, and um, so we were trying to take her car back. Plus, the plan was for me to bring the car that she had back with me, and my husband has my truck currently, and I really miss my truck. I love driving my truck. And I'm not super happy about driving our tiny little Honda, but it's a car, I guess, and it got me here. So that's what I'm doing right now is I'm driving that car, and my husband should be he is bringing my truck with the trailer because that's how he's bringing the trailer. So, um, yeah, that was our eventful weekend, except, I love to see my daughter, but I got a stupid freaking ticket going to see her. And the crazy thing is I was doing the speed limit like the whole time, pretty much. And I mean, she drives. It's a little Kia. It's not even like a super fast car, right? So it doesn't really go ridiculously fast. But here I was, kind of cruising along, coming around a bend, knowing that I was coming to the hill. I know that there's a hill like down a grade to get to where she was. And as I come around the bend, I see a cop over on the side of the road. I'm like, ah, crap. I bet, So I slow down, but they still pulled me over. And I was like, you know what, dude? It's Easter Sunday. Like, I really thought that was actually kind of crappy to pull someone over and give them a ticket on Easter Sunday. Like, seriously. Like, just because you're bitter that you had to work or whatever. Anyway, so then we met her for lunch, and then we headed back with the other car. I know she sounded like she wanted us to stay a little bit longer, but we told her we had to get back. Plus, we had to move the trailer. It had been in front of the house. We had to move it out from in front of the house. So that's what we've been doing for the past week. And then I did work this week, but I finally got out and did something with some of my fellow coworkers. I don't get out much. I don't have much of a social life. But this week, after working 2 of my shifts, 3 other nurses and I went to a local hot springs and kind of hung out and chatted and spent a little bit of time together. But it's also hard when it's like after a shift and you're working all night and you're tired. And a couple of the nurses had to work that night, so they had to get back home. And so maybe it'd be nice to do that on another day. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to. I'm going to be staying at a campground. Hopefully, if I get this spot, take my trailer to. There's another hot springs near there. So maybe I'll get to go check that one out too. Sorry, I think I just snorted. What's going on with everybody else? Like, it's, kind of cloudy and overcast today here where I am. I don't know what I'll do today except for maybe rest. And like I said, find out about that trailer spot. I probably will have to go to the store though, because yes, the grocery store here is not open on Sundays. And if I need anything for the weekend, I'm going to have to do it today. So let's see if I can sit down here. Probably going to be too low. Whoop, okay. I don't know. It's been kind of funny. Wait, hold on a second. Lately, been having a lot of conversations with some of my fellow nurses at the hospital I'm working at right now about all of the illegal things that have been going on in the news. I don't know if you've been paying attention to all the different cases in the news, and there's different cases across the country of nurses being prosecuted for sometimes not even anything that has to do with their own negligence. And oh my gosh, people, like, what do you do? Do you want to keep working in a profession that could land you in jail when you didn't even do anything? Well, from what I see in a couple of these cases, the nurse didn't do anything wrong. And that terrifies me. And it's to the point where I'm kind of like sitting here thinking, after this contract is over, what else can I do? Like, I've actually been considering, is there any way I could open my own business? I don't know what that would be. I have no capital. I have no ideas and no money to even really have an idea. I've always wanted to open a restaurant, but that's like the most dangerous in the fact that restaurants fail quite often. And plus right now, the inflation on the economy right now is not in a good place for opening up a restaurant. Restaurants across the country are experiencing price gouging, inflation. And some restaurants are even closing, or I know I heard of one that closed, instead of raising their prices, decided, we're just going to close. And that's a shame. There was a coffee stand also by where I live. Said, you know what, the prices are just getting crazy and we're just going to go ahead and close. So yeah, what else would I do? I don't know, but I do love being a nurse. But, there's been so much going on in the past 2 years, especially. I mean, it was going on, some things were going on before that, but the past 2 years have really shown how messed up it is being a nurse, being in healthcare. And I love the patients that I've taken care of since I've been a nurse. But at what point is my sanity more important? And right now, being a travel nurse, I don't feel the same attachment to nursing the way I did when I was a staff nurse. When I was a staff nurse, I felt very invested in the hospital that I worked at. I felt very strongly about making sure that things were good for my patients. I didn't necessarily, I don't know, it always felt like I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid of what I felt was like the management culture per se. Being able to hear the staff and what they want and what people on the floor are doing, and to be sensitive to those needs, I always felt was more important. And that's probably why I didn't get to go any further than where I was. And that's a shame, because I feel like that's what is needed, not more people who are just willing to say yes and do whatever administration tells them, regardless of how it affects, the staff and things like that. I don't know. It's hard. I really wanted to be in a different place. And prior to all heck breaking loose, and you know what I'm talking about, prior to 2020, I had always thought that I would be at that same hospital and doing what I had been doing. I had hoped that I would move into a different position maybe, or, you know, be a little bit higher up in the food chain, but it wasn't meant to be, I suppose. But the last, 2 years have really taught me that the world's a different place than I thought it was. So anyway, I wasn't planning on doing as long of an update as this, but here it is. I am probably going to go lay down for a little while, then make that phone call that I was talking about earlier, and maybe talk to my husband later. Yay! I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope to hear from you all. I don't know. What is your state of the world right now? It's a wild, wacky world out there. Take it easy out there, and like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't have to, it's all good. Talk to you later.